From this session onwards, we'll be learning concepts of Angular. Till the last session, we had introduction of files and folders, Angular architecture, what Angular framework is. From this session onwards, we'll understand some concepts of Angular. So we'll get started with data binding. So what is data binding? Every web page interacts with data in either by accepting information from the client or by projecting the information to the client. So you type in something, or you click on a button, radio button, checkbox. These are the information that you can pass from the client, and you get some information from database, and that will be projected on the browser. So it's the communication, either you pass some information or you receive some information. This interaction is possible through data binding. Data binding helps TypeScript code communicate with its HTML or template or vice versa. So the communication is between a HTML and a TypeScript, or a TypeScript and a HTML. So these are the two files that of a component. Let us take the root component, app component, and the TypeScript component. So you pass some information from HTML and TypeScript receives that information. TypeScript does some modification or process that information and passes back to HTML, and you get to see that on screen. So this thing is called as data binding, and this is done in the below ways. In Angular apps, data binding can be either one way or two ways. Here are the ways you see for in data binding: interpolation, property binding, event binding, two-way data binding. These are the types wherein you can see the data binding happen. Okay, so after knowing the basic meaning of what data binding is, we see some information or some knowledge on interpolation. Interpolation is a one-way data binding type in which data available in the model is projected to the view. Model in the sense the TypeScript file, and is projected to the view in the sense HTML. So that is already happening actually. If you see, we have something like this. I'll better remove all this information and I'll save it. The moment I save, the project reloads and you see nothing for the moment. And I type something called as title. I'll save this. Now you see title coming on to the browser. But now for the same title, if I put it in set of brackets, I'll have a BR break line. Now I'll save this. You see, app. When I have title as it is a normal text and is considered to be projected as it is onto the browser. But the same title, if I have it in a set of brackets, then it is something else like app. From where does this get? It gets from the model TypeScript file. You see, this is a variable or a property. We call it as property, but it is a variable, and the content of this property is what you get to see on the DOM or the browser. Now this is called as interpolation, the set of brackets in which when you have a property, HTML will not consider it as a normal text, but rather considers it as a property and a value coming from TypeScript, and that's the reason why we call string interpolation as one-way data binding. Interpolation is a one-way data binding type in which data available in the model, data available in the sense property value available in the model, is projected to the view. To do the projection, the syntax used is double quotes and the property name, where the property name is a property or variable of the model, that is TypeScript file. After string interpolation, we have property binding. So for every HTML element we have a property, like if we say, for example, input type equal to text, you get an input box. You save it, and in browser if you see, you have an input type. Now for this input there is a property like value equal to something, let us say title again, and I save this, and you get to see title coming as it is on screen. So property binding is to bind value to this property. Property binding is also one-way data binding, and Angular converts string interpolation into property binding. So what I mean by this here is, let me have another input and I have a BR, so that there is a gap. Okay, if I have one more BR, it would be a gap again. Okay, now we have everything as it is. But what if I say something like this, and let me save this, and you see it's app again. So this is when I have this set of square brackets for a property, I'm binding the value available in title over here. You can see the difference. When I say value equal to title, I see title as it is in the text box, but when I say value in set of square brackets, here the value available in title is what you see in the text box. So this is called as property binding. Set of square brackets indicate property binding. Okay, so both interpolation and property binding are one-way data binding, and they come from TypeScript and end at HTML. And event binding is something opposite. They start at the HTML part and they end in the TypeScript. Now to see an example of event binding, let me have a button. And I'll call it as click. I'll save it, and I'll have a button on screen. Okay. Now event binding is represented using these brackets, and you type the event like click. So when a click happens, you need to call a function like on click, and I'll save it. Now when I click on this button, I end up with an error. Let us see that in console. It says on click is not a function. So it says it is unable to find this function, and this function needs to be written in TypeScript. So on click, and I say console log, I'll just say clicked. I'll save it. Now when I click on the button, you see clicked. So the event starts from HTML and ends in TypeScript. This is also one-way data binding, but starting from HTML to TypeScript. And string interpolation, property binding, they start from TypeScript and they get rendered on the DOM. Now to move on to the next type of data binding, let us understand somewhat event in more detail. Like we can pass the event also. That can be done using $event. I'm passing an argument and I need to receive that argument, which I call as event. Now I can see what that I received, event. Save both the files and see the output now. When I click on the button, I get clicked. and along with some information. And you see there's a lot of information on this, and you see the type, it says click. So this is on a button. Similarly, we can have on a text box also. I'll comment this out and I'll have a input type equal to text, and I'll have a text box, and I don't have an event written. I do the click but nothing happens. So let us write a click event on this one as well. I'll say click equal to the same function on click, and I can call the event also dollar event. Save this, and now see the event comes. Type something, click on it, and see type and target. In that we should have the value. So the value that I'm given in the text box, this is how I get. So in the console again I can say event dot target dot value and save this. Now when I click on it, I get nothing. If I type something and I click on it, I get the value. So this is how we can pass information from front end or HTML to TypeScript. So till now we saw different types of event binding like string interpolation, property binding, and recently we saw event binding. All these are one-way data binding, either from TypeScript or to HTML or from HTML to TypeScript. But we also have two-way data binding. Like, to continue with the last example wherein we had this text box, and while typing we can see the result coming on the console. I type something and I click again, I get that on console. Instead of having this on console, I can have the same coming on DOM. And see, all this wiggly line is because of the TS lint, wherein you have this semicolon and single quote. Semicolon and single quote, you can make this as false and save it. You see, now it's not a problem. And so instead of having it displayed on console, what I'll do is I'll say this dot the property title equal to event dot target dot value. Now I'll save it and I'll have string interpolation again, and I'll say title and save this. Now initially app, if I type something, it's not assigned, or when I click on it, then you see coming on the screen. Or to have it the right at that moment, I'll change the event type and I'll say key press. I'll save this now. Now see, so this is called as two-way data binding. I pass in the information, at the same time I get the information back to the view. This is called as two-way data binding. And to perform two-way data binding, Angular gives a better way, which is called as ng model. When I use ng model, which is placed in both event and property binding, you say ng model equal to the property title. Now I don't need any of this. I'll simply remove it. and I'll comment this out because I don't need any of these, and I'll save it, but I'll end up with an error. The error is ng model isn't a known property of input. So ng model is something that is given by Angular, and currently Angular doesn't recognize this because I am not including from where ng model comes from, and that I need to include in root module. I need to say from where that comes. It comes from forms module. Forms module, and I need to involve that, import forms module from Angular forms. Now save it. And see, there is no problem. You see, when I say, so ng model is something that is well used for two-way data binding. The moment you type something, it is assigned to the property and you straight away display it on the DOM. So this is called as ng model. Ng model is given by Angular. It is called as a directive, and to use ng model you need to import forms module and need to register forms module in imports array. Imports is an array that takes the list of all modules that we use, and these modules could be given by Angular or some other party, or even created on our own. But whatever the case may be, if you are using a module, you need to list it in imports. And in the next session we'll create some components, and Angular CLI does the registration automatically. That all we'll see in the coming sessions.